Good afternoon, this is Jacob at Sutherland Chevrolet in Nicholasville, Kentucky, and I'm here today to show you our 2017 Malibu. I'm going to walk around the vehicle, point out any imperfections that I see, and also point out some useful features as well. First off, the key fob here has lock, unlock. This button, you press it twice, it releases the trunk, and then this button, you lock it twice and press it, and it will remote start the vehicle. So I will demonstrate that now. So yeah, hold it for a couple seconds and it'll start right up there. I'm going to kind of walk around the outside and tell you anything that I see. There's a couple, and you might not even be able to see them in the camera, little tiny scratches right there along the hood, and a couple up here. And I can't really feel them. This one I can. And there's one here in the hood. You can probably see that pretty good from this angle. There's a little scratch here on the door. A little scuff. There you go, you can see that there. And that's just a spider web, a cobweb there. And I just gave it a bath. So that was just a little dust that I was hitting with my thumb. Other than that, things look good. I'm not seeing anything on the back bumper. I'm gonna go back around and take a look at the front again. But it seems to be in really good shape. It's not perfect, but nothing is. And that's all I'm noticing right now. I tried to get it out in the sun too, that way we can really get a good look at it. Now, also on the key, so where it's remote started right now, let's say I don't want to leave the house anymore, I decided to stay home, I can hold the remote start button again, and it'll shut it off. If you press this button twice, it'll open the trunk there, so I'm going to do that. So there's the trunk release. It kind of assists you there, but just to show you, it's got a ton of trunk space. And then I'll go inside the vehicle and kind of show you around there. So first off on the door, you've got, of course, locks and unlocks there. I'll close the door here with me in it. And I'll go ahead and start it up. It's a push button start. So the button's right here, located on the right side behind the steering wheel. So there's your locks and unlocks again. Of course, the door handle. The button's down here. These select your passenger side and driver's side mirror. So you select those, and then you can adjust the mirror here with this little guy. Up, down, left, and right. Underneath that is your window locks. And then, of course, the buttons for the windows. So just to kind of show you there. Now, over on the left side of the steering wheel, these are your lighting controls. So this changes your headlights. In this case, they're automatic, so you can just leave them on the auto mode. They'll turn on and off as they sense light. Over here is your indoor lighting control. You press it like that and it'll pop out, and then you can actually adjust it. And then when you're ready to set it, you can press it again, and that will put it in its locked position. Right now during the day, where it's sensing the light automatically outside and adjusting, me changing it does absolutely nothing. But at night, I promise you, it actually adjusts the interior lighting. Next up on the steering wheel, okay, you've got your cruise control selection over here. And on the right side, you've got a bunch of buttons. These buttons adjust this display in the center of the console here. So I'll try to show you both at the same time. It can show me different information. So right now it's showing me the mile per hour that the vehicle is traveling, which I'm at resting. So it's currently 0. but it can show you other information, of course, trip information, fuel range, oil life, tire pressure, fuel economy, and then there's the speed again. It can also show you other information, like what you're listening to the radio, who you're on a phone call with. So it's pretty nifty. Next to that, you'll see two other buttons. This button here that looks like a person talking, that will answer phone calls. It will also use the like telecontrol system. So a voice will come on, and it'll listen to your voice, and it allows you to control the vehicle. So you can do things like change the radio station or make phone calls. I could say, call Matt, and it would call Matt, if my phone's connected. So some different Bluetooth controls there that are nice to have, especially when you're driving, keeps you from pressing buttons. And then, of course, the button down here, it hangs up on phone calls, and it's exclusive to kind of that. It'll also hang up on the voice controls. Behind the steering wheel, you also have buttons, which I can try to show you, maybe. But on the left side, there's two buttons, and they go through your different presets on the radio. And on the right side, there's volume up and down buttons. So they turn the volume up and down on the radio. Doesn't look like I'm listening to anything at the moment. Oh, it's trying to pick up the XM radio right now. Let's see here. So there we go. There's radio. So, and here you go. So you'll see I can turn that down. I can turn it up all there. But anyway, so continuing behind the steering wheel, these are your blinkers, and then of course your high beams. And then on the right side are your controls for the wipers there. So over on into the center, this is your stereo system. Okay, everything's touchscreen now. Of course, you have AM, FM, XM radio. There's no longer CD players in these vehicles anymore. I know everyone's starting to move away from them. Of course, you can connect your phone as well. It'll take phone calls. It can read text messages to you. So it kind of keeps your hands less on your phone and more on the screen here. And then hopefully not touching anything while you're driving. It also has Apple Carplay and Android Auto, which are features that I'm happy to explain to you in detail. But basically, you connect your phone with a cable to the vehicle, and it can display your navigation and other apps on your phone up here on the screen. It's very nice to have. For a vehicle like this one that doesn't have a built-in navigation system, it's very helpful. Of course, there's settings and different things that you can play with on there. And then here is your HVAC controls, pretty standard stuff. You adjust the temperature here, the fan speed here, where the air is blowing, and so of course you have like a max defrost, defog, and rear defrost, defog. I'll probably turn the AC on because it's getting a little warm. Down here you have your shifter, pretty standard stuff. It's got a plus and minus up here. People always ask about these. If you put it down into the low gear, you can use it to change gears manually. So it's not a real manual, but it allows you to do that if you like. Most people never use it. And then you also see your traction control off down here. It just turns the traction control off, which is something I would generally recommend that you leave on. But if for some reason you're out in the mud and you get the vehicle stuck, sometimes it can help get you out of a sticky situation. Over here on the right side, you'll see a bunch of things, but your manuals and everything are in there. And then I'll hop out real quick here and kind of show you the interior in a way where I'm not sitting in it, so you can get a real good look at it. So, but the interior looks great. I don't notice any imperfections there. And then, oops, I locked the back door. And the rear's the same way. It's in great shape. Of course, you've got vents back here. And then there's USB connectors there. And then a little door for a 3-prong connector there, like in your home. So a bunch of different ways to stay connected there. And again, this is Jacob at Sutherland Chevrolet. This is me walking around our 2017 Malibu, and hope to talk to you soon. Have a good one. If you have any questions, give Matt a holler or give me a holler. You can reach me on my cell phone at 859-492-1137. Thank you and have a good one.